Oh.
We're just gonna hold it
You don't have a tennis ball anywhere in here? You still got one in your office?
I got it in my pocket.
Right.
You can't bring him.
God, that guy.
Danny's prepared.
Always something about you, I'm telling
It's gonna be a good start. It's the best start to the video.
Alright, doing alright today, fellas?
Good, how about you?
So this is the fifth lesson, and it's about humility and appreciation, which I'm sure that brings up a lot of thoughts, ideas, things, but to me, between humility, between appreciation, those two are very important things as a competitor, as a man. Humility being the first one that comes to mind. The first thing that comes to mind when we talk about humility, the opposite, and it comes from having too much pride. I'm sure you've heard the term, pride comes before the fall. I think that's something everyone in here can resonate with. That's something that every man struggles with, pride. You were built, you were wired to have testosterone. You were built, you were wired to take great pride in your acts, in your daily actions, whether it be with school, whether it be with your sport, whether it be with females, whatever it may be, pride can get in the way. And I think as a man, as a young man growing and moving forward, I think you got to be very weary of pride and the tricks it plays on you and your mind. I think we can be almost delusional at times, thinking that we have it all figured out, that we have it all down to a science, almost a little full of ourselves. And because of that, failures start to stack up because of too much pride and not enough humility. Like I said, pride comes before the fall, and I think if you evaluate yourself and think about certain areas where you've failed or fallen short, a lot of times it's because of having too much pride and not enough humility. I think this program as a whole is in a place where we're trying to move forward, trying to make recognition for ourselves, so there shouldn't be a tremendous amount of too much pride, almost more humility, like we're going to catch a couple people sleeping this year, I believe. So pride shouldn't be the issue yet, but let's say we catch a couple programs napping and we take care of business the way we've kind of looked and talked about. Don't get the big head, don't get the pride to where, oh, I've made it now. And I think I've talked to certain individuals in here about that. It's like, you win a match, you have a great week of practice, you get the black shirt, and all of a sudden, you're something special, you're something different. It's always returning back home, always being humble, saying, I'm nowhere where I need to be, where I'm at. Even if you win a championship. And I was talking to your coach about it the other day. Like literally the day after we win the championship in Miami against Notre Dame, which we dominated, the very next day, I'd leave on a plane, come home, and work out the incoming freshman for the next football season. It's like, I think champions have this innate ability to just stay hungry and have that desire. And it's funny because sometimes guys who aren't champions have more issues with pride and more issues with humility than champions do. And that's why they're champions, right? There's only one champion. So my challenge for you is to really evaluate yourself on humility. Evaluate yourself on pride. Think about past, weeks of practice or tournaments to where you allowed a lack of humility or too much pride kind of get in the way of your success. I've definitely had this conversation with certain individuals in here, and it's like, we're at a point, I think, as individuals and as a team, that we need to be so hungry and have so much humility, because the truth is, as a program, we haven't earned shit yet, man. And that's got to be the mindset. That's got to be the attitude. This year's about, a reckoning, about making this program known and putting on its map. So the first thing that we have to be is humble, more than anything in the world. Because what is it? Once you get that sense of pride, you say, oh, I don't need to do that extra work. I don't need to hit that extra 100 balls. I don't need to watch that film. I don't need to watch these professionals work. I know how to do it. I won my tournament this past week. But it has nothing to do with that. Your winning, your success, you got to learn how to channel that to strengthen your desire to win. Does that make sense? So use your success to fuel your desire rather than to fuel your pride. And it's honestly, I hate to go spiritual on you, but it's a trick the devil plays on us. You know, I read a book called Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. You've probably heard of him because he wrote, you know, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. But the whole book is that his point is that the devil uses pride to rip men apart. And it's crazy because I'm reading the book and I'm like, God, that's so me. And his biggest point was that we hate most in others what we have the biggest insecurities with. So like, I'm a fiery rah-rah guy, right? So I'm always screaming, getting hyped. But for whatever reason, when I see someone else bringing that fire, like, I get mad. I'm like, what is he doing? What a chump. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, wait, that guy's just like me. It's like when I first walk in and Cochran's doing it, I'm like, it's like you almost hate yourself a little bit, right? But that's just pride kind of getting in the way. So I think that's something we need to evaluate ourselves on individually, moving forward, allowing success to fuel our desire and not feed us and feel like we're full and content. Because like I said, we have so much work to do that if we start chopping away at this tree and start getting success, start getting wins, you gotta, as a captain, as individuals on this team, as coaches of this team, you gotta be able to see this coming. And it's like, it's funny, I'll share a story. The night before the Ole Miss game this year, you know, obviously that's our only loss in football. The night before the Ole Miss game, a girlfriend of mine asked me, you know, what do you think the score's going to be? What did I say? 40-10, you know? Pride comes before the fall. They kick our ass, right? They don't belong in the field with us, but it's that type of thinking that gets you beat. So I think as an individual, as a competitor, what do I take from humility? I take that I'm going to respect the hell out of everyone I face. When I step on the court with you, I'm going to see somebody that I'm going to kick their ass. I'm going to see that they're defeated when I step on the court with them, but I'm going to respect them. I'm going to give them my best. I think that's one thing certain individuals in here also struggle with. It's like, if I don't respect that guy, I'm not going to bring my best to the table. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's like you go on a date with a hot girl, right? You're going to do everything to make sure that date's memorable and experience. The car's going to be clean. You're going to have your good smell good on. You're going to have your best pullover on, your best shoes, whatever. But if the girl's so-so, you're like, whatever, I spilled chocolate milk in my backseat, I don't even care, right? Well, same thing like in a competition. And I paint these analogies for you so it makes sense. Like, you got to treat every contest, every match, like you're trying to slay a dragon. Because if you treat it like that, if your approach is like that, think about how your actions. We've been talking about it since day one. What's your approach? What's your mindset? Because your approach, your mindset is everything. It's your foundation. That's where you're going to build up or where you're going to build down, right? So making sure that humility is the key, that I'm using that, like I said, in the right way and not letting pride get the best of me. Appreciation, you know, being grateful, I think, is one of the most important things. Out of anybody, if you ask someone, are you happy or not? If the person says they're happy, they're going to start saying reasons why they're happy. They're going to start giving you reasons why they're grateful, for whatever it may be. If they're unhappy, if they're negative, if they're pessimistic, they're going to start giving you reasons or excuses on why not, right? And all that is not being grateful, not seeing a picture a certain way. I think out of everybody, if we describe what kind of day it was outside, we'd probably get 13 different answers, right? Why is that? Because we're all wired differently. We all see things differently. We all feel things differently. There's the truth, and then there's perception, right? Perception is how we feel, taste, touch, experience something. We all see the exact same thing outside, but each of our perceptions is different. So I think you got to realize that and be able to change your approach, change your mindset so that it works for you and not against you. Does that make sense? Be able to have a grateful mindset. Man, there's no reason why you shouldn't be optimistic, why you shouldn't be fired up, why you shouldn't be happy. With the opportunity alone, we've talked about that A on your chest. Yes, the work is going to be hard. You're going to do more than the average person. You're going to have some grind days. You're going to be in like the fall right now. It's not as exciting as the spring, right? If you're looking for excuses, they're there, and they will stack up through the ceiling. But if you're thinking from a grateful standpoint, think about how much happier you're going to be, how much more competitive you're going to be. But it all comes back down to mindset. It all comes back down to approach. Good one. Do you have the Bama Creed with you?
Yes, sir.
Let's read humility and appreciation.
We know that we are given many things, and to those much given, much is expected. We are grateful for what we have and thankful to those that provide it.
Perfect. So I think moving forward, having an understanding of that, and when you walk past the creed and you read it, and remind yourself about this talk, what we discussed, and what it means to you. Because I think when Coach gave you this originally, it was a piece of paper with words on it. But now that we start to discuss and share one another's thoughts, ideas, experiences, this becomes real life. This creed becomes more than just words on the paper. And, you know, if you're having a bad day or you got to find a way to get through practice, you go read some of these things. What do we talk about during unity? What do we talk about during class character? What do we talk about during respect, responsibility? What would they say about humility? You know what I'm saying? What's your why? Those things. All those things should bring back positive, you know, attitudes and mindsets that kind of help you push through a certain tough day, certain tough practice, whatever it may be. So one thing I wanted to address was, you know, where we've been, where we're at now, and then what are we becoming? Because I think in order to make a vision a reality, which we've created a vision of what we want to accomplish this year, we always got to evaluate where we've been, where we're at, and where we're going. So we got to really think about that. Where we're at right now, we're in the fall, right? We're about to experience maybe a little downtime, a little time where you're going to really have to do a lot more on your own. You're not going to have the coaches jumping your back and telling you, you got to do this amount of balls, you got to do this amount of lift, you got to do this amount of practice, you got to do this amount of competition. It's going to be more up to you, you know? And I think that's where good, average, awful, and great separate themselves. Because honestly, if I'm a champion, I don't need to be told that I need to hit the ball for 2 hours a day. Or I don't need to be told that I need to work out 4 or 5 times a week. See what I'm saying? That's something that's got to be innate. That's something that's got to be in your mind, in your heart. Something that you got to desire, something that you got to want. Because it really doesn't matter how bad I want it for you or the coaches want it for you. It's only comes when and how bad you want it for you. It made me think about this. You know, coaching with football, you've seen the success we've had. You've seen the championships we've had. You've seen the NFL draft prospects we've had. And I thought about this the other day. It is so odd, but every top 10 pick that we've had has been just a motherfucker. When I say a motherfucker, I mean like do everything right, grind, like the type of guy that's going to be in the gym when the lights are off. The type of the guy that's going to go run more gassers out on the field by himself after a 2.5, 3 hour practice. Like, why is that? It makes so much sense, too. Like, you would think that it's just ability, right? And some of these guys we get in the football program, they are just studs. Like, this guy can jump 40 inches. This guy can bench press 225 30 times. He runs a 4.3. Like, it's unheard of. It's sick. They're animals, right? But it's like, the guys that went top 10, they didn't just stop at that gift or that ability. They had that grateful attitude, and they were willing to work on that gift. A guy like Julio Jones, Marcel Darius, you know, that's just a couple of the guys that come to mind right away. Those guys did all the little extra things. Julio Jones would call me Saturday, bro, I shit you not, I would be at 5, eating dinner, having a drink with some friends of coaches or whatever, and he'd be like, Hocke, I want to catch some jugs. And every day I would shoot him around 100, 200 balls at the jugs machine. That's the machine that shoots the football at him. Obviously, he played receiver, so that always stayed on his mind. A Saturday night where 70% of college students are out chasing females or whatever, getting drunk, whatever it may be. 30% of them are at the house, laid up in the bed with a female or watching a movie or whatever. not worried about football, not worried about their sport, not worried about competition. But why is this guy calling me Saturday at 10 o'clock to shoot him jug machines? And I'm like, yeah, I'll meet you there. Literally leave my dinner party, go home, throw my Bama gear on, and meet him up at the complex at 10 o'clock at night and shoot him 200 balls. A training session that not only goes from jug machines till we start doing feet work, till I'm throwing the balls in the corner of the end zone. Not a care in the world. It's almost like there wasn't a clock. To him, it wasn't about like work or practice. It was just about like being the best at what he does. And it takes that kind of like, you almost have to be a little bit crazy, man. You really do. Like, there's a thin line between like sanity and insanity, and like you have to tiptoe it in order to be great. Like, you really have to tiptoe it. Like, if you look at any of those 30 for 30s, go look at these professional tennis players that are really, really great at what they do. They're probably borderline crazy. Like, their regimen, their practice, their diet, whatever, they're borderline crazy when it comes to what they're trying to accomplish. And that's what it's going to take individually and collectively in here. But I think that all starts with being thankful. Being thankful for your blessings, your opportunity, and being able to do anything to make yourself and your team shine. So I think today we're going to close with, I'm going to put y'all on the spot. We're going to share 3 things that we're grateful for, because I think in order to move forward and to work on our gifts, we got to be thankful for them. We got to acknowledge them. Instead of us finding excuses and reasons why this is a tough, awful time, because we have midterms and we have this and we don't get to compete and it's awful, this is so horrible. We're going to focus on the grateful things, the things that are why we came here and why what we're trying to accomplish. Get back to that vision. Get excited about something. Does that make sense? Because, man, I'm telling you, snap your fingers and it's going to be here. We're going to be competing. Auburn's going to be in the house. LSU's going to be in the house. Tennessee's going to be in the house. We're going to be going on the road. Okay? It's going to be here like this. And are you going to be ready? Your gun's going to be loaded. Are they going to be shined? Are you going to be ready to throw everything you got at the person? Are you going to be able to walk on the court, look across from somebody, and just know that you're going to wear his ass out, just drag him by the ear up and down the court all day until he taps out and says, I want no more? Are you going to be that type of competitor? Are you going to have that kind of dog in you, that kind of fight in you? That's being decided right now. Even more so in this little bridge going into the season. It's like, oh, finally some downtime. Good. Let's take a few days off. Let's take a week off, whatever. But let's get back to our focus and our vision and making it a reality. Does that make sense? So we're going to come from a grateful standpoint, and I'm going to share my first 3 off the rip. I think the 3 things that come to mind for me, it's opportunity. You know, obviously I share with you, I believe in God. You know, He sent His Son to die and cover our sins, to give us an opportunity to make it to heaven one day. Within that opportunity, we have a great opportunity. For me, I have a great opportunity to stand in front of y'all, influence y'all, impact y'all, make a difference in your lives. I have an opportunity to influence my siblings, opportunity to influence all the other athletes I work with. I have an opportunity to make the most of what my second thing I'm grateful for. My blessings, my health, my opportunity, my talents, you know. Not only was I given an opportunity, but I was given a tremendous amount of talents. So I'm thankful, I'm grateful for those talents and being able to work with them. Because let's be honest, plenty of people can't walk, plenty of people can't talk, plenty of people can't compete, and I can. So I'm thankful for not only the opportunity, but the talents and the health in order to attack those talents, to attack those opportunities with a full head of steam. And then lastly, just family, friends, and the people that surround me. You know, life can be tough, life can be difficult, but it also can be pretty damn sweet. And I think it has a lot to do with who we surround ourselves with. I've been fortunate enough to have a great family, have some great friends, have some great athletes that make me better, make me happy, make me smile, challenge me, make me a better man. So those are my 3 things. Just the opportunity I've been given, the gifts I've been given, the health, and then the people that surround me. So we got somebody else that wants to take the floor? Stu?
My three things. The first is all the gifts I've been given. Just coming from a family that can provide. I don't know, tennis is one of the most expensive sports to go through as a junior. So just been able to give that gift to do that and have the opportunity to go and play all these tournaments and get the training and all the shoes and gear, whatever. And then also moving forward to college. Here we have absolutely every amenity possible. So that's pretty incredible, and just thank you for that gift. The second I'm grateful for is being able to talk and listen and reach out and help people. I think that's why I'm put in the position I am right now as captain, and just being able to connect with everyone on the team and outside of the team, just in life and everything. And then the third thing I'm grateful for is the challenges that have been put in front of me. They've been very difficult, but I've probably learned the most from them. And so really that's just what has built my character and really helped me step up and be who I am today.
I really like the challenge when I'm going to get my pen and paper so I can write some stuff down.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's good.
Alright, the three things I'm grateful for. Number one is my family. We've been through a lot of tough times, and like Stu said, it's an expensive sport, tennis. It's not the easiest. Mom raising me, just with her and my two sisters, she found a way to get me to most of the tournaments. She found a way to support me, and same with my sisters. They've all of them have always supported me. They've been there for me in my tough times. They've been able to tell me, they've given me tough love, told me when I'm being dumb or when I need to suck it up, or they're also awesome, like they'll send me a picture of my dog or something to make me laugh if I'm not feeling that great. Second thing I'm grateful for, all the relationships and people I've gotten to know through playing the sport since I was a little kid. Thinking about it, my first tournament when I was 7 up till now, thinking about all the people I've met is just incredible, from coaches to players to other families, and I think it's so cool, all the connections this sport has formed for me, and I just think that's the neatest thing. And the third thing I'm grateful for is being here. When I was growing up and started thinking about college, since I dreamed about coming to a place like this, I remember being a freshman in high school, hearing about Ricky, he was going to come here, and I was just like, man, I just remember all we heard about that year, my freshman year of high school, was all these things Ricky's going to be doing at Bama. Every time anyone come to the team, they're asking about it. It's like, man, that'll be the coolest thing to do, just to be on that team. And I just remember going through years of high school, not everything went as planned, and I would always think about that. I was like, keep working, there's still a chance you could be part of something like that. And I remember I got to school, I went to Southern Miss, and it was good. I'm glad I took the path, but it was 2 very tough years. I would go through 2 years of every day filling the water jugs to freaking everything, and it just took a toll, and I was grateful I got the opportunity to come here and just be surrounded by a group of whole administration that just has the same passion I do for this.
Kind of similar thing. The first thing that I'm grateful for is my family also. Been through some ups and downs with my family. Nothing serious, but with like relationships and all together, and still struggle with that. But definitely is always great to know that they're always there supporting me, and that all of them are healthy and they're always standing behind me. And that second thing was the support that my family has given me from tennis, supporting me to give me the opportunity to be here, and also through other things, hobbies, anything, they've always stood behind. They've always helped me out and let me enjoy things, and I wouldn't be here without that. So that's been great. And the third thing is just being healthy. Been through serious injuries, life-threatening. A lot of probably ran through my 9 lives. So that's definitely a big thing, just being healthy and knowing that I can do things to my full potential and not worrying about that. So it's tough being injured. Obviously, like DK and all y'all, it's really tough, and that's one thing I really want to stay away from because I've been injured, been out, and that's the worst feeling. And so yeah, my third thing is just being healthy and thankful for been healthy for a while. So
Perfect.
I'd say I'm pretty grateful for my family and everything they've done for me over the years. It's just really good having them there to support you every day through everything and letting me play like tournaments and giving me the opportunities to be where I am today, and that I think those tie in with each other. And yeah, without them I wouldn't be where I am now. And then also just everything that I have right now, just being at this college and having great coaches and friends here, it's really a blessing, and not many people get to do what we do. And yeah, we're really lucky, and I want to take advantage of it. And yeah, that's it. Appreciate it.
So my first thing, like everyone probably, is just my family. Just the fact that I've been fortunate enough for them to support me through everything, and just like I know they'll have my back, stand by me no matter what. And the second thing is just the opportunity to play tennis at like the high level that I have for this long, and like staying healthy through the injuries, like dealt with the feet, like didn't know what was gonna happen. Just like really thankful that I can still play. And my third thing would just be relationships, like friends, teammates, all you guys, just all the people that I've met along the way. I know are people that will be in my life for the whole time. They'll be with me forever. So that's something I'll never forget.
Perfect.
Well, obviously, my first and foremost, my family. They've always been there for me, even through the ups and downs. Even if when the times where I thought I was right, where I don't want to play tennis anymore, they were still there for me, and for the decision to go to school. So I'm always thankful for them. Secondly, my health. I haven't been very seriously injured, which I'm very fortunate. I hope that'll stay like that, it'll never come. But I'm very thankful for that. And third of all is the journey, all the experiences I've had through tennis. I wouldn't imagine how I'd ever do some of the things I did, go to places, meet people, and always having a chance to learn something new every day, new experiences. You never know what's going to come tomorrow, so I'm very thankful for that. That's it.
Well, like everyone else said, I'm definitely thankful for my family. That's definitely, I mean, they're there for you no matter what. That's probably one of the most important things in life. I'm also thankful for the team, my coaches. I mean, y'all are family now. Exactly. And so, like, just having y'all back me up no matter what, it's really, you gotta be grateful for that. And the third thing I'm grateful for is my talents, my ability to be here. It's gotten me here, and just everything that God has blessed me with over the years.
Perfect.
The first thing I'm grateful for is my family. For a little bit, I didn't actually know if I had a family or not anymore, and so I'm, very grateful that I have one. And sometimes I don't think about it, but you all are my family, and the coaches are my family. And it's definitely some ups and downs. I've gone through that, but I'm so thankful for everyone. The second thing I'm grateful for are my opportunities and talents that I've been blessed with, and just like the home and everything that I grew up in. I think that I was extremely blessed to be able to play tennis, go to school in a good school, live in a good neighborhood, much adversity when I'm a child. You know, I think that was something to be blessed about. And the third thing is that I'm blessed that I had a relationship with my aunt and my best friend, who both died from cancer. They both suffered through agony for so long, and one thing that I've learned from both of them is that no matter what happens in life, you cannot give up. Like, I don't care, like, you know, how hard it is, how horrible it is, because at the end of the day, we're still living, we're still healthy, you know. Tomorrow we're playing tennis, it's not too bad. That's something that I'm extremely, extremely grateful for.
Number one is, like everyone said, is my family. I feel like my parents have given me the best opportunity possible. No matter what happens, they're always there for me.